Hi, I'm Don Floyd, the president of the National 4-H Council. It's a great thrill to be able to update you on the exciting activities here at the National 4-H Council and across the country, and in fact around the world. And it's particularly important that I say thank you to you for all of your hard work to make 4-H happen. You make a difference in the lives of millions of young people. Thank you very much for all you do. Over the last year or so, the National 4-H Council has worked very hard talking to a lot of you, a lot of staff, board members, thinking about what the most important things we could do to be supportive of the 4-H movement. And we landed on increasing investment and participation in high-quality 4-H positive youth development programs. To get increased investment and participation, we want to focus especially on two things. Number one, increasing investors' confidence in 4-H. And when I say investor, I mean all those who provide money, whether it's a county commissioner, a state government, a land-grant university, a corporation, the federal government. Those that write checks for 4-H have got to have confidence that we are delivering. We deliver the best high-quality programming when we have outstanding volunteers who are equipped with the latest thoughts about working with young people and the best, absolutely the best curriculum and learning systems to help young people become that effective contributor in our community. So we're really focused on you, the volunteer, and the staff people that make the 4-H program work. This very special product that comes from your hard work, a young person that's ready to step up and lead in this complex and changing world, has been captured in a brand promise, something really important, and that is that we are all about a revolution of responsibility in 4-H. Young people are uniquely responsible for solutions in their communities. We've begun telling that story in this Revolution of Responsibility campaign. But what we really need now is your stories, your young people, your 4-H'er stories of how they are solving issues in their community. And we know they're doing it, and we know they're doing it in significant ways. I thought you might like to see one story that's come out of the field. This is a young man from Michigan, and I think you'll enjoy his story.
Hi, I'm Nate Cease, and I'm from Byron Center in Kent County, Michigan. I started showing sheep about 4 years ago as my 4-H project. When it came time to sell the animals, me and my dad tried to do something a little different. Instead of just auctioning them off, we decided to do something to help the community. It's hard to believe that people in Byron Center don't have enough to feed their families. I wanted to help do something about that, so I donated the meat to the local food pantry, the Bice Community Assistance Center. This year, I raised pigs and sheep, and I was able to give 500 pounds of meat to the center. I asked local businesses if they wanted to be part of a group that buys my animals at auction. So they bought the animals, but they didn't keep them. They let my dad and I take them to Byron Center Meats. That was another business that gave their time and services to process the meat.
I think it teaches a lot of lessons to kids, different responsibilities that help them the rest of their life. It's a great program. It's good for kids. It's good for the community.
Protein is one of the things that is difficult for those in need to acquire. And Bice has appreciated the fact that they can provide that fresh meat to local people that are a little bit down on their luck right now.
We serve 250 families a week. It's very much appreciated. We need every little bit that we can get.
I have the responsibility of taking care of the animals. It's a lot of hard work. But I think I have a little bit more responsibility for helping to make a difference in my town. 4-H has taught me that we can't just sit back and wait for somebody to take the lead. We have to take the lead if we want to make a change.
By making the kids responsible and actually becoming responsible at a very young age, we're developing leaders for the future, and we're ensuring that we're going to have wonderful leadership in our country for the next 50 years, 60 years to come.
Join the revolution of responsibility.
I bet you've got stories just like Nate. And isn't it easy to talk about the success of 4-H when you see these amazing 4-Hers who are giving back to their community, they're making a difference. So we take these stories and then we can talk to investors from the public or the private sector, and their confidence in us allows them to give more money to 4-H. In fact, this has been a record fundraising year. In fact, this has been a record fundraising year for several years for us nationally, raising almost $20 million this year. And we know that states are having the same kind of success. We also know that states are having challenges in public sector funding. But what overcomes that is these amazing stories and this ability to provide you with the materials and the learning that you need to get those relevant issues on the table with your young people. So healthy living, how young people engage in communities, and right now science is huge. So 4-H is the largest science, engineering, technology, and math non-formal program in America and the most successful, and we want to show you some of those stories.
Morris is at the 4-H Conference Center in Chevy Chase, Maryland this morning to find out more about this educational event. Holly, good morning.
Good morning to you. And you know, here is the deal. Not only is our country falling behind in the fields of science, technology, and math, but our students are shying away from education in those fields and from career opportunities in those fields. And so 4-H is really having this all-out effort. This is the 4th year they've done this, to have a National Youth Science Day to make science fun and get kids excited about it and wanting to pursue it.
Scissors, tape, some sheets of paper. Figuring out how to turn these simple items into energy was just one of the tasks tackled by students from several Brooklyn schools during 4-H's National Youth Science Day.
We're getting to think like engineers today.
The group believes the best way to get kids to think like engineers is to act like engineers.
Using the wind to create an alternative source of energy. That's what kids across the country came together to learn about Saturday. The Wired for Wind 2011 National Science Experiment teamed kids from Macon County 4-H with Walmart employees. They become a scientist for a day.
The last activity is actually at the site, a wind turbine, so they not only know how it works, but where to put a wind turbine.
That's my favorite part of science. It really is. You get to experiment. You get to be able to feel how it means to be a scientist.
Here we have it again. Those great stories that come out of your communities, those were all local stories on National Youth Science Day. You saw a little bit of the national stuff, but over 700 events where we focused on science and 4-H's helping solve critical issues. In this case, it was the wind energy, alternative energy. That leads us to powerful, amazing stories that we can then send over social media. I Twitter all the time. Join me at Floyd Jr. and others across 4-H Twitter. Our young people Twitter. We're on Facebook, over 200,000 fans. Are you a fan? You should be a fan on Facebook. This allows us to tell the story of 4-H around relevant issues in places where young people and those investors are seeing 4-H as a relevant brand, and you make it happen. So all these great stories that we've seen and we're sharing on Twitter and Facebook and the revolutionary responsibility are all coming out of this great 4-H experience. We know that 4-H alums, kids in 4-H today have been telling about 4-H and how great it is. So these anecdotes are wonderful. The videos are wonderful. But wouldn't it be great if we had really hard research that no one could refute and say, well, but we're better? Well, we've done it. Tufts University has just spent 8 years researching over 7,000 young people across all youth organizations, including 4-Hers, and the report is in. Young people in 4-H are 3 times as likely to significantly contribute to their communities than young people in any other youth organization. Young people in 4-H are twice as likely to go to college than young people in any other youth organization. Young people in 4-H are twice as likely to study the sciences than young people in any other youth organization. And you know this, but now hard research tells us young people in 4-H are more likely to resist risk behavior than young people in any other youth organization. You're making that happen. Thank you so much. And tell that story. So here we are. We know that 4-H works. We've got great stories. We've got this excitement for 4-H. It works. But why? There is a special sauce. Young people in 4-H are benefiting from long-term relationships with caring and competent adults. Young people in 4-H are experiencing life skills, learning things that matter in their lives, and they're mastering those in those projects. And that demonstration, it matters. And young people are participating in meaningful ways around their leadership development. So that big three, that long-term relationship with a caring adult, those life skills they build, and that meaningful leadership experience makes all the difference in the world and produces those amazing results. Here at the National 4-H Council, our entire team is dedicated to making your life easier. We know you're busy. So whatever we can do across curriculum, across marketing, fundraising, getting more funds available to you here at our National 4-H Center. If you haven't been here, we welcome you anytime. We've got the supply service that has materials for you and things that you might use in your club. So even on the internet today, My4H is a great place, and through the Access Project is a great way to get technology connected. We're here to serve. Let me know if we're not serving you. Let me know if we're not making your job easier. And my email is dfloyd@4-h.org. Look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.